From the lavish salons adorned with the rarest diamonds to the incredible speeds capable of making one's heart beat faster, the world of exclusive automobiles astounds the imagination. Today, we will plunge into the mesmerizing atmosphere of the most expensive and rare masterpieces of automotive engineering, which not only cost cosmic sums of money, but can also overwhelm anyone who dares to look at them. Unique engines, impressive innovations, and breathtaking stories await. Stay with us until the end. We promise it will not be boring. And do not forget to give a like and subscribe. Let us begin. When the specialists of the legendary Italian brand decided to combine sporting fervor with revolutionary technologies, a hybrid masterpiece was born, named LaFerrari. For the first time, the world saw a car that brought together insane power and fuel savings. The power unit combined a classic 12-cylinder internal combustion engine with additional electric modules, which yielded phenomenal performance while cutting fuel consumption by nearly 40%. People said that this car could reach speeds of over 200 miles per hour, and it could pass the first 62-mile mark in under 3 seconds. Several versions of LaFerrari were produced in limited series, a coupe and a roofless model. Rumor has it that all units were bought by wealthy collectors long before official production ended. Here we have a practically road-going version of a purely racing model, the McLaren P1 GTR. The creators wanted to take track-level power and attempt to dress it in a more or less legally acceptable form for public roads. However, even such a car, they say, has its dark side. In skillful hands, the P1 LM can become a true projectile. It is incredibly fast. In some tests, it outstripped its closest competitors and clocked unbelievably low times on professional circuits. But, as you can guess, using such radical machinery in ordinary city traffic is not among the simplest or safest ideas. A gem that once shocked the public with so bold an appearance that many began comparing it to the legendary superhero's car from comic books. The vehicle turned out to be not only futuristic on the outside, but also quite luxurious on the inside. The cabin was trimmed in high-quality leather in dark and red hues, with carbon fiber and aluminum accents added. Under the hood of this conceptual beast lurked a 12-cylinder twin-turbo engine capable of propelling the massive body to over 200 miles per hour and providing impressive acceleration. The Exelero appeared several times in music videos and then changed owners among famous artists and collectors. When the legendary French brand decided to create its most extreme sports car while not neglecting luxury, the Devo stepped onto the stage. It was born from an in-depth study of aerodynamics and acquired remarkable downforce. The power remained practically at an over-the-top level, since the creators borrowed much from their own Chiron, yet squeezed everything possible out of the design by slightly reducing certain comforts. The result was a true sports machine that set a high standard for itself and was released in limited quantities. It is known that even before the official debut, each unit had already found a buyer, despite the immense cost. Here is a story in which the legendary surname of the Italian automotive designer Pininfarina took shape in a special project dedicated to the master's memory. The Sergio became a kind of ode to the brand's classic traditions, but with a touch of modern technology. Although the car remained an open top, the engineers worked very carefully on the aerodynamics so as not to lose speed. It was said that only a few units were handcrafted and entrusted to a small circle of lucky owners, whose names were hardly disclosed. And the price made it clear that this was definitely not an offer for the average buyer. Rumors of a car costing an unbelievable $18.9 million spread worldwide. The one-of-a-kind La Voiture Noire recalled the legendary Black Bugatti that disappeared without a trace before the start of the World War. This new model, equipped with a 16-cylinder engine, 4 turbochargers, and power exceeding 1,500 horsepower, turned into not just a speed phenomenon, but a real mystery. It was believed that the owner paid a fabulous sum, to which a considerable amount of taxes was added, and in the end, the car became the most expensive newly created unit ever made. If you ask what a car for a true lover of speed and luxury looks like, then the Bacalar competes for a top spot. This model is famous for lacking a roof entirely, meaning no protection against bad weather. However, the creators decided that the sense of freedom was worth the compromise, and a few buyers were found, as only a dozen of these cars were made. The luxurious interior was handcrafted using unique types of wood and leather, while the exterior components were designed according to special sketches. Each unit was purchased in advance, even before a single one was assembled. This model, inspired by the classic F12 Berlinetta and the company's older convertibles, was created to honor Ferrari's anniversary in the North American market. Its unique feature was an unusual shade of blue and accents reminiscent of the brand's racing heritage. The car was equipped with a 12-cylinder engine, producing more than 700 horsepower, allowing for lightning-fast acceleration and a highly impressive sound. Moreover, flawless detailing, including special emblems, turned this vehicle into a sort of special release, accessible to only a select few. The collaboration between well-known British manufacturers and experts from one legendary racing team gave birth to the Valkyrie, a tempestuous car capable of performing miracles on the track, though formally approved for regular roads. Except that truly unleashing its potential was feasible only in a place with neither speed limits nor heavy traffic. The Valkyrie has incredible aerodynamic forms that generate enormous downforce. Yet, in the eyes of enthusiasts of extreme speed, there is an irony. Lawfully using such horsepower in city traffic is nearly impossible. Among track monsters, the Bolide stands out for its extreme lightness and mind-boggling top speed, which significantly exceeds 300 miles per hour. Engineers painstakingly fought over every gram of weight, employing titanium casting and thin layers of carbon fiber. Just one glance at the shape of its body is enough to understand that the car was created solely for flawless racing circuits, not ordinary streets. In terms of safety, the developers kept only what the sporting regulations require, while the familiar systems for everyday driving simply are not there. At one time, this car was deemed the most expensive in the world, until Bugatti established even more impressive cost records. It was handcrafted to order in the style of the lavish coach-built bodies of the previous century. Literally every screw and every component was tailored to the buyer's preferences. It is not about speed, but about the highest expression of status and aesthetics. It may have proportions reminiscent of classic Phantoms, but on closer inspection it becomes clear that the body was built in a completely different way. It somehow breathes the spirit of luxury yachting and aviation. Among Lamborghini's hybrid creations, this model came out relatively late, but still managed to stun the public. The name Cian, taken from a certain local dialect, translates to lightning flash. The car combined the customary 12-cylinder gasoline engine with a small electric unit, which nevertheless boosted acceleration without sacrificing the signature Lambo roar. The vehicle can blaze through short distances with astonishing swiftness, surpassing 60 miles per hour in just a few moments, while its striking exterior was enhanced with bright, angular lines and prominent air intakes. The Danish manufacturer Zenvo had spent many years trying to gain recognition in the realm of extreme sports cars. The outcome of that effort was the ST1. Remarkably, it was nearly entirely assembled by hand, with exclusive solutions for the engine and transmission. The car could not only reach extremely high speeds, but also captivate the imagination with the rapidity of its launch from a standstill. At the same time, the interior, while race-inspired, includes a fundamental level of comfort and modern features, including electronic seat controls and advanced driver assistance systems. This car, with a complex name, was devised to merge exclusivity and engineering excellence. The Mansory Vivere differs from the standard Veyron through a collection of unique body components and interior embellishments. Craftsmen incorporated precious materials and unconventional interior elements, underscoring a concept of luxury pushed to the limits. Meanwhile, the monstrous engine still delivers colossal power, enabling speeds well past the threshold of reason. The price tags on such a rarity soared to astronomical heights, and aficionados of automotive trophies lined up in pursuit. Created by an Italian brand, the Huayra was the logical successor to the iconic Zonda. The BC version placed particular emphasis on reduced weight and enhanced aerodynamics. A 12-cylinder engine with twin turbochargers powered this car, able to fling the supercar to wild speeds. The Italians classified the model as a hypercar, meaning something beyond ordinary supercars. It was produced in small batches, and by the time production ended, every unit had been sold, regardless of a formidable price capable of draining even a sizable wallet. A touch of déjà vu? Indeed, Bolide merits another mention, this time from a different perspective, in the context of Bugatti manufacturers' overarching obsession with extreme speed. They unhesitatingly sacrificed any secondary elements in pursuit of maximal lightness and optimal body contours. The result is tremendous power, which, however, is nearly impossible to utilize outside a racetrack. Still, the handful of fortunate individuals who opted to purchase this model do not seem bothered by the fact that it can be driven only in a racing environment. Here is a car where the focus was not just on power, but also on decorative flourishes. Every corner of this supercar is bedecked with platinum, gold, silver, and a lavish array of diamonds. This vehicle is also famous for having its headlights literally studded with precious stones. Furthermore, the total production run did not exceed 7 pieces, only heightening interest in the model. And though it is more of a dazzling toy for the global elite, the Hypersport can certainly astonish with its acceleration performance. The Veneno Roadster represents the outcome of a wild experiment, fusing racing roots with a road-legal allowance. No joke, this Lamborghini was produced in a limited number of units, each priced at sums that defy the imagination of most car fans. Inside, there is raw power, while on the exterior, the vehicle appears to shout its racing spirit. The aerodynamics of the body are optimized for ideal downforce. The open-top version would appear to be especially vulnerable to airflow, yet the engineers found a method to keep it stable at astonishing speeds. This model is almost a challenge to conventional car concepts. The Elva has no windshield whatsoever. Instead, it uses an active air management system that forms a special vortex barrier, safeguarding the driver and passenger at high speeds. The designers did away with the roof and traditional windows to reduce weight and boost performance. As a result, there emerged an utterly extreme manifesto of McLaren's racing soul, sold for a significant amount and intended for those prepared to savor the wind in their hair and absolute freedom on the road. Thus concludes our mixed tour through the realm of mind-blowingly expensive and unique automobiles. Here, luxury, speed, and extraordinary engineering merge, forging creations that take your breath away. Each entry has its own story, its own signature, and its own philosophy, with price tags that at times appear to transcend reality. Who can say, maybe one day you will find such a specimen in your garage, because dreams sometimes become reality. But even if that does not happen, the stories themselves about these lavish cars can carry us away to a place where the borders of imagination fade and the unimaginable becomes real.